We'll see how silly this internet want to be here. But anywho, I had to jump on in here, y'all. I didn't want to wait. The game come on at 1 this week. So, boom. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing on out the way. I know people want to come in and see. This is the final game Colorado had.
Thank you.
And basically, no bowl game, of course. No real positive conclusion. The weirdest thing about Colorado, if we can sum this season up, something really, really off. The absolute inability to close any game or to play any full game, um, that's just unreal. Like, you know, Coach Prime showed the clip. We all know, if you really pay attention, people who really dissect this thing. He showed the clip where he showed this, it was in every game. What's going on? It was in every game, and then boom, late in the third quarter, fourth quarter, whatever, the game would be just wouldn't look like how the game went, far as the score. Either it'd be tight at the end, or they just let go and let them get 3-4 touchdowns in the last few minutes. It looked like they got blew away. But the reality is, from the very first game to the last game, that's been the issue. Whether they won the game or not, they didn't complete a game. The only teams they really beat was these little, small level FCS, lower FBS teams. And, you expect to beat them, but them games, they had the stats. I mean, the running backs got significant yards, buck 50 pounds, and they ran all over Colorado, like Delaware. They beat those. Why? I mean, they supposed to beat them. Then they beat Iowa State. That was like one of those games where they was able to complete. Unlike what we seen yesterday, unlike what we seen in West Virginia, unlike we've seen all these games where they were going back and forth with these teams, and then they just let go at the end. We can blame it on fatigue, depth, I don't know. But to come out, play very solid first quarters, back and forth with these teams. All these teams, nobody blew them out from the beginning. So none of these games, that was the case. Any games that they lost, it took off late. Houston took off late. TCU took off late. Utah took off late. Every last one of these games, they were in the game. It didn't just, that's the interesting thing about it. They were able, the defense showed that they can stop the run and fill their gaps or whatever. Now that doesn't mean they was fundamentally sound, because I think sometimes, like, the linebackers lucked up and went in the holes. I blame the linebackers for a lot of things. A lot of people like to blame the D line. I blame the linebackers because if the D line playing solid, they can't do everything. They getting pushed, they getting blocked. It's your job to fill in those gaps. They taking on double team, they doing that. And sometimes they gonna get pushed out their hole or whatever. It's not gonna be perfect, but they just got to create enough chaos to detour the running back. But if you're not there, I mean, what's your point? If you're not there, if they do get pushed out the hole, or they do miss a tackle, or they hold them up, and you're not there, and the running back take off from your arm tackle or whatever for another 30 yards or a touchdown. And see, I looked at the scheme Robert Lipston done. He bring his linebackers up on the outside of the edge rushers, not to do some type of you know scheme where you covering up your who's coming, who's going. You know, uh, that's not been the case. It's very few times where the linebackers drop back into coverage, or somebody else drop back. They just kind of line up and blitz and don't get home. They don't know how to get off blocks. I don't look here. You a defensive lineman and don't know how to get off blocks. You just, like, you don't know how to make pain. I'm gonna give you a little secret. They can spend a little time, all this resourcefulness and all that they got. They got a black belt over there on the offensive line. All these people, I'm watching these boys get held. Let me tell you a secret. The way they let these guys ham them up and they sitting there, it's the same way I watch people let people stiff arm them. It's the weakest thing. I can spend a few minutes and show you how to never get stiff arm again in your life. Matter of fact, it will be the worst decision you'll ever make to stiff arm me. This is something I learned over time. I learned it later. I never was a person who got stiff arm, but I picked up a strategy on my own. I'm like, if you put your arm out, I don't know, maybe y'all some kind of Hindu goddess or something running football. But you only got 2 arms, right? Can y'all help me? Will you hide in the chat? Can you help me? 2 arms, 2 legs. If a man is running the football, I think he got a football in one of his arms. So he got 1 arm. What's going on? Check this out. Check this logic out. This ain't somebody's making up crap. I live this, right? I can show you. You got 1 arm. You got a football in your other arm. And you have the audacity to put that arm out towards me? If you got space between me as a defender and you got the ball, you just close the space by putting your arm out there, right? You trying to run past me. Check this out. You trying to run past me. You see me coming. And it's space between you and me. You made a bridge by putting your arm out there. And I'm so dumb, I'm gonna lay my head on your hand and reach around it. When I can simply just grab the arm. This ain't nothing I'm making up now. If you put your arm out there, that's like a bridge. It's like me crossing the bridge over troubled waters. I lay me down. You just gave me a bridge to get to you. If you put your arm out there, that's how much space was between me and you. So instead of me trying to go around your arm and looking, why would you go grab the arm and pull him to you? Ta-da! Da-da! Woo! It's magic. If you put your arm out there to me, I'm gonna grab your arm, I'm gonna pull you to me, and what is you gonna do about it? What can you do? And I can get real nasty with it. That's just part one. I can pull you to me and be nice. I can be nice. Now, this is what I have done. I'm not here to talk YouTube garbage to y'all. This is what I have done. If you put your stiff arm out to me, I can hurt you. I will hurt you. Because what are you going to do to defend yourself? You're going to have to either let me do what I want to you or you have to let go of that doggone football. You only got 2 arms. You come on. Y'all, people don't even know football. Use the common sense. Check this out. I'm giving y'all common sense. This is an interlude to people come in, right? You put your arm out there. It's long because you're trying to stiff arm me. You're doing that. So now, not only are you worried about me, but you kind of like, you don't took your attention away from the football and running because you worry about stiff arming me instead of just running, right? So that's your first mistake. You should have just cut the ball up and hope I missed the tackle like Colorado. But you just gave me a what they call an olive branch. You put your arm out there towards me. You just eliminated the space between me and you. You just gave me something to grab onto. These dummies try to go around the arm to get to the legs and get pushed down to the ground like a fool. I've seen some of the best do it, so I'm not dumb. I've seen Charlotte do it. I've seen Travis do it. You just gave me your arm. If I grab your arm, guess what you ain't finna do? You ain't finna run away from me. And 2, you ain't finna let go of the football. Because that would defeat the purpose. So it's 1 or 2 things I can do. I can take your arm, and depending on how big, it don't really. If I get your arm, I can slam you face first into the ground with your arm. Bam! Like bam bam. Which I have done. You put your arm out there, I can pull you in by your arm and throw you. Bam! Slam you to the ground by your arm. And it's 1 or 2 things you're going to do. You're going to try to alligator arm me. You're going to stop running. And you probably going to let go of that football if you know what I'm about to do to you. Because now you got no arms and you finna go face first into the turf. Face first into the turf with your stiff arm, right? That's what's about to happen to you. Because now you got football in this arm and your other arm I got full control over. And you ain't that doggone strong where you finna escape. I got 2 hands on your arm, around your arm, your wrist. You ain't coming out of that. You ain't Hercules. You ain't finna, your 1 arm ain't finna beat my 2. And you running the football. And you focus on holding that football. You not finna get away from that. So I'm finna doggone take you and slam you face first into the ground and all that finna be messed up. And the only thing you can protect yourself from that, let go of that football and brace yourself. That's what I want you to do. That's called a fumble. But if you don't, you just finna risk your whole shoulder. All that finna be risked. Another thing I used to like to do was even better. If I want to be real nasty, if people like the alligator arm me, they're going to pull me right into them. So I'll pull them to me and come through with the forearm right across their face. Because they running this way. I'm coming from the side. So I pull them and I come right across. Boom! My arm come right across the front of him. I'm pull him and go across the front of him. Will you ever see some feet come out the ground and some balls get let go? Cause that's worse than you probably won't get injured like if I've slammed your face first. But if you get craw face, boom, across your chest, across your face. Because remember, your arm holding the football. The other arm's controlled. You can't protect yourself when I come in your face with my doggone forearm. Bam! They usually let go of that football, y'all. I don't care how big and bad that running back is. His feet coming off that ground, and he gonna probably let go of that football just off of instinct because I just went across his face hard because all that momentum, I pulled him into me. How? Right across. That's what you do to stop a stiff arm. I don't know how you let somebody stiff arm you. I don't care how big and bad they are because they really helping you out. Because remember, you got to get to their whole body. You got to get to their body. You got to go through that stiff arm if you're going to try to tackle their body. That's the purpose of the stiff arm, to get you off. But if you grab that stiff arm, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it. You know, they grabbing jerseys, they clipping up, they getting face pushed to the ground. No way. Not with a stiff arm. So that's the stuff I'm saying. They're not using their mind. Another thing, you're a defensive lineman. And somebody blocking you. They got their hands on your chest. Why are you trying to go around and they blocking you? And you trying to go around them. Why not go through the hands? Because you go through those hands, they're going to break. You know? If somebody holding you, I make sure you don't hold me because I'm going to come down through your wrist and trap your wrist on my body. It's either you going to let go or I'm going to break your wrist. This is stuff you learn from self-defense. That's what I'm saying. They're not using sense. They're not doing cross-training. If I'm in the middle, if I'm on a Warren Sapp doing all that, if I'm on the line, that's hand-to-hand combat. They need to be doing wrestling all season. They need to be doing some form of martial arts, self-defense type of stuff. Because if people you can trap, come across, it's certain things you can do. You can trap, come across the arm. You can come down like that. You can come up like that. It's a lot of things you can do. Like it's a similar somebody jacking you up. That's holding, right? But that's how they blocking you. They getting you up under your shoulder pads. So the best thing you can do is come down on them wrists. This is simple stuff, man. I will make it so hard on a lineman if I'm a lineman, right? That's just me as a lineman. On the line, you won't block me. Even the bigger guys won't block me, honestly. Because I use that type of logic. I use the logic of my speed. I use the logic of my agility to make it hard for them to block me. From high school to college, I was the closer I was to the ball, the more dangerous I was, honestly. For me, in my position as a safety, I played corner, safety, linebacker. I played everything. When I was younger, I played defensive line, like park ball. So I'm saying I understand it. But when you're playing a position, you got to have a football sense, but you got to have common sense too. Everything I just described to y'all is common sense from a sense of I can't approach it a certain way because I can't win. I can't approach a stiff arm like this. I can grab that arm. And I can maneuver that arm however I can pull him to me. I can slam him. I can come across, snap the ball out because he is defenseless. He's running the ball with one arm with the ball. The other arm I have full control over. Full control over his arm. I don't care if he's Derrick Henry. If I got his arm, he is not finna pull away from me. He can try to yank. He can try to pull away from me. At that point, he ain't thinking about running the ball. At that point, he's not thinking about running the ball. He's not finna run for 30 yards. Stiff arm. When I grab that stiff arm, his only thing is abort. Save myself. Because one arm is useless. He got the football. If he do try to protect himself, he gonna let go of the ball. They don't think like defensive guys. They don't think like ball players. Another thing, while we at it, I don't said this before. Why do you need to hold on the offensive line? Check this out. I want to demonstrate this one day, but I'm gonna demonstrate the best I can on the computer. Y'all check this out. People who watching live, and for people who watching the replay. if somebody is blocking you, you on defense, and that man put a move on you, and he go to the inside, right? Why reach in front of him and try to block him? You see this shoulder right here? If he's going this way, why try to hold him? Because he's going across your face, so you're going to try to hold him. And that's hold, right? You'll take that hold. Why not push through this shoulder? I'm going this way. Instead of trying to grab that shoulder, why not push through this shoulder? He can't go that way now because I'm going to push through this shoulder. The only way he can push through this shoulder, he got to turn all the way around. He got to turn all the way around to go. By the time he get there, the football gone. Why do you automatically seek to grab him? It's balance. It's done. It's sense. If I beat you this way, that same thing for a DB. If he beat you this way, he going that way. Why not push through this? This is the closest shoulder to you. He don't already beat you, so he's already got leverage that way. So instead of trying to reach him that way and hold, why not put all his weight through here? He's going that way. He can't go that way if you push through this shoulder. He's going this way. Push through the shoulder. Now he's either gonna fall or he's gonna have to turn all the way back around. Are y'all not getting this? Are y'all not getting this? I'm giving y'all some real stuff. This is like simple stuff. Like, why are you trying to hold this man? Because he put a move on you, and now you reaching for him. Push through the closest shoulder, and now he can't go that way because you pushing through that shoulder. Drive through that shoulder. Punch through that shoulder. Don't grab him. Don't hold him. Come on, man. It's certain things that just being smart and knowing your position. Yeah, you need to know your position. Yeah, you need to watch film. What's going on, Alan? You need to watch the game. You need to do this, but like certain things. Like that's why I liked about Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter thought off script. That's why he can get interceptions nobody else can get because he's using common sense. He's using his IQ. He's like, shoot, this fool here ain't paying attention. I'm gonna act like I'm doing this. I'm gonna jump the rock. I don't know if they're stronger. I know they did a lot more calisthenics. Yeah, I mean, like, y'all talk about JB. JB is not a linebacker at all. At best, he's an edge rusher. That's what he was at Jackson State, really. And it made him a linebacker. He would go to the running back and stand straight up and let the running back run over him. Like you thought he was gonna give you a hug, JB? JB don't have that. Like JB will tackle you, but his tackling, he's a wrestler. I think JB was a state champion wrestler. His tackling looked like a wrestler. He pull you down. He don't hit you. You can't name how many times JB hit somebody in the mouth. He'll get to you and he'll pull you down. He pull you down from behind. All his tackles is he grabbing you by the legs. He wrestling you down. The running back he get right in the hole and he just stand straight up like, oh, what I supposed to do now? I can't pull him down from the side. I can't pull him down from behind. He stand straight up and let the guy that run over him. Because he's not a linebacker. And not only is he not a linebacker, he clearly ain't been coached for 2 years. 3 at linebacker. But he come off the edge, and this is what I don't like about Livingston. Livingston will line these boys up at linebacker and put them outside the freaking ends, outside the edge rushers, and bring them out the edge. Not deflate and then bounce back into the hook the curl. They come out the edge, don't get home. The quarterback and running back, whoever runs straight up the middle. Nobody in the middle. He put Myers off the edge over there, JB. I watch him do that every freaking year. He leaves nobody in the middle of the field. He might pull a safety down the middle of the field, like we used to see Stoudemire, and like when they played Kansas State last year or whatever, they pull a safety down in the middle of the field. And then put everybody on the line long. Your weak point is in the middle, fool. You bringing everybody off the edge. The weak point is in the middle. And see, yeah, Hill Green saved they behind because Hill Green was an enforcer in the middle. You also had Block Bully. Block Bully made it where it was a catastrophe in the middle. It's like you want to run up the middle, but it's just chaotic. So they just couldn't take off up the middle because Block Bully created a traffic jam. You know, he took on 2-3 guys and they stood there and do all that rolling and they couldn't move him. And he just created a pile. So they take off. By the time they try to hit up the middle, one of our edge rushers will get home. Now you see why our edge rushers had so many sacks last year. Because every time the quarterback thought he was going to skate the middle, he stuttered and then he run right into BJ Green. That's why they had all them sacks last year. Because there was nowhere to escape. All these college quarterbacks do. You seen Manning Arch Manning. You watch all these teams who win. Who don't win is the quarterbacks who don't run, who can't escape up the middle. If you can't escape them up the middle, they're done. If they can find a way, 3rd and 17, sit there. Freaking DBs don't did their job. We dog them out. DBs don't did their job. Doggone man take out running for 20 yards, straight up the middle. Your linebackers nowhere to be found. Your quarterback can't do it. They always got a linebacker waiting for them. That's why Salter couldn't escape. They always had a linebacker sitting right there waiting for him to take off running. Salter go get 5, 7 yards. When he did, he got a lot of yards, really. But when they wanted to stop him from running, they put a linebacker in the middle of that field to make sure. Why Livingston never did that? He put all his linebackers on the edge, rushing. And then I can't even blame him too tough because when the linebackers was lined up in their position, they just take off running like a goofball, like a goofy dog, run to a hole where the ball ain't. The ball right here, they run over there. The ball right there, they run over there. And I watch them like, where are you running to? The ball comes splashing up the hole. We got JB that's running to this hole right here. The ball is 90-yard touchdown, the hole right next to him. Fool, is you blind? Why did you run head first into a hole with a ball? You ain't blowing it up. You just go run into a lineman. The lineman ain't even got to come block you. Talking about getting to the second level. You running into the lineman. When I played linebacker, the last thing I would ever do is let a lineman make it easy for the lineman to block me. Linemen cause hell trying to block me. I don't care if they were pulling. I don't care. Because one, this is common sense. I'm back to common sense again. What's going on? I'm trying to get y'all free for this game in 30 minutes while I came on. Probably played so poorly, but yeah. I mean, he couldn't throw worth a crap yesterday. He ran good, but he couldn't throw worth a crap. Coach Hardmatch already got coaches off from junior high schools. They need to go. They need to go back to high school. Hart need to go back to high school. Mathis, he probably can go NFL or something like that. But look, what was I saying? These doggone linebackers, man, they don't step the shuffle. They don't read. They just run head first into the holes. No fundamentals. No fundamentals at all. Snowball in Cleveland. Yeah, it's snowing up some up there. It's gonna be interesting. But that's where he went. That's why nobody want to go up there. They got an outdoor stadium. They're the only one willing to do that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would love to get into the numbers, but what point? Like, I really would. Like, first quarter, second quarter. We know it's the same old story. But my thing is this. When you got linebackers who have no clue of how to play the position, and the coach no clue of how to play the position, it's unreal, man. No, they no help. The middle of the field always open. No matter who you play, quick slant. Yeah, they clear that field out. They know how to clear the field out. It's like I don't get it, man. It's like they don't practice. I don't know what they learning. I don't have no idea what they teaching. I really don't. It's hard to kind of wrap your head around like how you watch other teams play and you watch Colorado play. It looked like football. When you watch them play, it looked like Thanksgiving football. Like everybody went out of front yard. Everybody doing their own thing. Just playing in the street. It looked like people just got together, they ain't played in years. They ain't practiced. That's what it looked like. From the busted coverages to the scheme, it's constantly letting people run wide open. No support. Like I said, linebackers, no support on the hook, the curl, coming across the middle, slants. It's always open. I seen Mays not one ball down on I think one of those third downs. Fourth down, he knocked it down. But they converting, man. They converting at will. Everybody they play converting at will. Third and short, fourth and short. They moving the line. Somebody talk about how weak this team is. All these Swayze bodies. They have so much weight room, this, champion, this. Offensive line can't move nobody line. No matter if we playing a lower level team, they can't. You ain't never seen our line that's push people back. Especially on tush push on nothing. On 4th and short, 3rd and short, they don't. Our linemen, our running backs have to squirm and turn and dive just to get a yard. But everybody else, they get mow us down. They get more than enough yards. On the goal line, on 4th and short, they can get it. They getting it. So it's like something was really off. As big as these guys is from the first year, we need bigger linemen. You got bigger linemen last year, you got even bigger this year. And you still got the same result. Your linemen are not dominating off the ball. It's like they pass blocking on a run block. That's weird to me. Like everybody else, you can't get whooped 100% of the time. At some point, you got to be able to show, I can move the ball sometime. Even against a sorry team. Like, you couldn't even move it on Wyoming. You couldn't even move it on Delaware like that. You couldn't. There's no game where the running game dominated. There's no game where our line dominated on either side of the ball. And like I said, don't get it twisted. Last year, Block Bully was the anchor for that defense. He was the anchor when he was in Houston. He was the anchor. So you can't compare it because you had an anchor and the year before that was your problem. The middle was real soft and look at the defense. Now we back to the soft being real middle. The thing is, they said that they got prototypes now. They know the type of guys to get and what work. They didn't do that. They didn't go get another Block Bully. You got Pico there. You can get another guy that's stout in the middle. Why you couldn't find that? All the people out here. I don't know, man. I mean, you can tell them to get on the X's and O's, but I don't know if they know the X's and O's, especially at certain positions, because linebackers look like they coach ain't teaching them nothing. And yeah, it's loyalty over coaching ability. I don't know. Hart ain't teaching them nothing because I know for sure if I just taught you one or two things, it's gonna look better than them. And I'm not gonna sound like other people, this, that, and that, but I'm not even trying to be an expert. I'm not even trying to be all this, that, and that. I'm just saying, like, from a being a fundamentalist at the core. As a fundamental player, your biggest thing you have to be able to do, you have to be able to do the basics. Know your gaps and assignments, know how to read, know how to tackle. Everything else for the birds. I got all year to make sure you know how to tackle or don't your butt ain't on in the game. I got all year to make sure that you know how to go to the right hole and not skip, not cross your feet, and not over pursue, and not play out of alignment and out of unison with your other linebacker. There's no way in the world all season I should watch two linebackers running to the same hole. First of all, why are you running the same hole, fool? If he bounce out both of y'all in the hole and go back the other way, the other linebacker ain't there. It's the point. You're a team. Why are y'all fighting to get to the ball? You supposed to be there. The guy, you going to the hole, but if he's play side. Why are you running past him to get there and you leaving your side? You not. I mean, what if the quarterback pull it? What if he fake? What if the running back escape? What if he bounce it out? And you just took off running over that fool past the line. He already over there. The other linebacker already there. Why are you acting like he's a child? Like you trying to beat him there? That's not your job. You got backside pursuit. You got backside anything. What if the ball fumble? Like, and it pop out and somebody else pick it up. That's why you never see nothing when they make a stop and they bounce out. Nobody's ever over there. We watched that for 3 years. We watched it the first year. The running back would take off this way and run all the way back to the other side of the field. And nobody over there. All the way back to the first year with Kamani and all that. They've always been the same team. The people who is the defensive end constantly crashing down and let the quarterback just escape and run for a million miles. The defensive end run like a toy dog, like he just run right past him. You are the end. Stay your butt there. Quit being a selfish clown and do your job. Stay right there. Don't go too far upfield. Create a lane this way. Squeeze down. Don't squeeze down too far. Where the doggone man gonna beat you to the sideline. Contain. But you ain't got to squeeze down so far if you know the linebacker there too. That's another thing. Like you shouldn't be the last guy. You should be contained. It should be somebody else on the inside of you who should be that play side linebacker. So you should have to squeeze all the way down to make sure he can't run here and give up the contain. The DB gone. You're the only one to contain. You don't squeeze all the way down with your slow behind. Now the quarterback escaped. He run 30 yards down the sideline because the end squeeze too far down, as if he don't think he got no inside support, which he probably don't, because that quarterback hit that scene, he gone for a million miles because the linebackers group behind him went all the way to the other side of the field. How are you on the other side of the field away from the ball and you the play side linebacker? You don't win all the way to the other side of the field. The doggone guy, the only guy over there with the quarterback is the defensive end. Everybody else gone. That's unheard of. You got freaking 11 guys on the field. How is any given play where it's just wide open? It shouldn't be no play. Now, I understand if you arm tackle. I understand you miss a tackle. But it should never be no given play where he can take off. And it's like the great sea. Great blue sea. Nothing there. It shouldn't be possible. But it's always the case with Colorado. The whole team just washes one way and nobody over here. That's some park ball. We didn't even do that on park ball. We was better coached than that, and we was better. We didn't do that. It looked cute when the kids like, oh, reverse here, reverse. Now you've been playing ball too long to know that it can be trick plays, it can be reverses. The guy can bounce back, cut back, and your job on all the pursuit drills you've been doing since you was a kid is backside pursuit is to be ready for someone to come back your way. Just don't take your goofy behind, run all the way over there as if you ain't supposed to be on your side. So the ball bounced back. So it don't matter if it's a trick play, reverse, or reverse pass. How anybody in a wide open? I watch safeties look in the backfield and the guys just run past. Like, and don't cover nobody. Like, so you just gonna stay glued like that. All these guys doing their job. He doing his job. He doing his job. Oh, you spectate. The guy run right past you. Tight end run right past you. Nobody should be getting behind you without your notice. You ain't even look at him. How? You on 20-something years old. How? I'm telling you right now, I can go outside and play picnic football better than that. Because that ain't got nothing to do with, that's just straight intelligence. That's just straight understanding the game. If I'm at safety, how does they just walk in the end zone? Guy just throw a seam route right in the end zone and nobody there, nobody contend. And the safety's like, man, get your goof, get out of here, man. You ain't got no other job. You is the free safety. You got linemen in front of you. You got defensive linemen in front of you. You got linebackers in front of you. You even got strong safety. You got other people in front of you to handle all that in front of you. And you only handle your one job, which is you ain't in man with nobody. I don't know what you got, deep third. I don't know what you got, but I know it's deep. I know it's deep. There's no way you should be up there worrying about the linebacker job and letting the man run right past you and they just lob it in the end zone and you know where to be found. This is the kind of stuff that they do. So I don't know what to put it on, honestly. I got to put it on coaching. But I would tell you this. Somebody asked, do Coach Prime clean house? He going to clean house or he clean? He won't have a job next year if they just do this again. They done put a new AD in for a reason. There's no loyalty to him. Well, everybody is gone. I mean, who keeping? I mean, yeah, Steinmeier got another year, and Ben got another year. But I mean, they got a young safety room. They got a young safety room. I don't know, man. I don't know. You can say I don't know if it's that easy. Dion is a celebrity. He's not a regular coach. So he got to have people around him who he can trust, even on that level, who not going to take advantage of him or expose him. The people he got around him, they cover his secrets. They cover everything. He can trust them. So he got to also factor in the celebrity component, not just the coaching component. That's what's going on with him. So, because, he just go get regular guys. He paranoid because he's a celebrity first, really. He's a celebrity before he's a coach. He's an icon. So he want to put himself around people who he can trust on that level, where he's comfortable around. That before he can get into football IQ. It's hard to find both. So he just go get some other coaches. He don't trust them. He don't know if they're trying to stab him in the back. You remember the first year they blamed all them coaches was trying to stab him in the back and they got head coach jobs. That was a conspiracy. But let's speaking of conspiracy. I gotta go here. I heard another content creator, I'm sure y'all heard it. He got a lot of insight because he messed with them kids and he deal a lot with recruiting. And he been mad all year about them not recruiting certain kids for the last couple of years. I don't blame him. Same way Big Matt McChesney, whatever his name. He say they ain't recruiting his boys. He training these boys in Colorado. They from Colorado. Colorado not recruit. I don't know why they ain't. Especially you always whine about you need good trenches. They go on to these other schools, they doing well. Now, it's also a weird thing that people come to Colorado and play garbage. It's weird. It's weird that people can play differently at Colorado. It's the heebie-jeebie, I'm telling you. But I heard the conversation on why the Hood brothers left. And I knew it was something because they from my area and they had Dewey Smith. He pastor from this area, from my area. And he was their goddad. He was Coach Prime buddy, and he helped them get there. And he was all over everywhere. He even all went in at his church. He was all out there hanging with Coach Prime. Then this year, he just they swept down the road. I remember he fell out with one Mathis or somebody. He fell out with Mathis over the Twitter early this year. I think it was around the time Shedeur got drafted. Right time that portal closed, the second portal, and he don't leaked out openly. He said he been holding it. That the reason why they didn't want Hood, Baby Hood, Brandon Hood, is because they asked who feel they should be playing. They do that junk on well off. And I don't know, you ask a question, you better be ready for it. Who should be playing and feel like they should play and not playing stand up? And you think you'll make a positive out of it. They say he got that boy at the doghouse at some point. I think that happened early in the season, probably. Or maybe in the camp. I don't know. He stood up and said, I should be playing. And, you want these confident type guys. And Hood was one of the faster running backs. He was one of the few running backs left because you remember McCaskill had left, Savion had left, Dylan Edwards had left, and Baby Hood came in, Hayden came, who else was Welch, Hayden, him, Charlie, right? That's pretty much the room. So you think, okay. And then you had what's my boy name? That went to did he go to Maryland? Tall running back. That, he ended up being the top running back, tall guy, I forget his name. I'm looking at him. Right. Y'all know his name. And we thought when he left, Hood, IA was one. And we thought Baby Hood, he was a redshirt freshman, he was going to get in. Georgia wanted him. We thought they wanted. He fell out because he done said something, and then he probably ego hurt. And right before the portal, this is word, right before the portal, they told her they want to give him a scholarship. Because these boys was down in the spring. Yeah, Augusta. So, word is that's why the other Hood jumped in. Because they said they really didn't want him. So they say he jumped in the portal because they didn't want his brother. That's some messy crap. Because Hood was your best cornerback. And then they got messy enough to say, which, hush, that your boy, DJ McKinney, skipped the whole winter workout. He wasn't even there. We were watching well off one show and stuff. He wasn't even there because they said he was holding out like big time pros for some money. And then he played like garbage. Now, the problem is when he first came down, I didn't think he was good. I didn't think he was good last year. I think he was decent. I never bought the hype. He was a first round draft pick. He was never on the level of Travis Hunter. He was big size. He didn't have a lot of speed. And he to me, he wasn't a lockdown corner. So I was like, how is he the first round draft? I don't even know if he's a second. That's before the season started. Anybody know I said that? Then he played like he played. He get toasty, woasty. And then he don't start the last few games. I won't be surprised the boy hit the portal. He already don't set out on the team. I didn't know that. What I'm saying is, y'all, they got a mass exodus coming in Colorado. The clean out is going to happen regardless. You got 38 seniors leaving. But that clean out, it can get real ugly. We thought we seen someone Hood left and the year before Dylan left. Y'all be prepared. DJ McKinney, they don't put all this brand name behind. He's selfish enough to leave. I wouldn't be surprised he gone. I expect him to be gone. He's that kind of dude. He don't show. I didn't know he's that type of dude. Jordan Seed, I'm looking at him. It was weird how at the end he got hurt, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised he gone. Now he can cut his relationship and his loyalty with Shedeur and all that, but Shedeur gone. And he got to look out for his career. Jordan Seed be going into his junior year. He wants to go pro. I don't know, man. Massage career, I don't know. McKinney got to be gone. But you don't put so much stock in this dude calling him the first round and you don't lost Hood. And Hood definitely first round. He was first round out. He was locking down top cornerback receivers. He locked down old boy from Arizona. He body slamming people. He getting a pick every time. And yet nobody ever gave him accolades. That was concerning to me. Same thing with Hill Green. I've said this before. Hill Green sit down interviews all weird about Coach Prime, the body language. I was hearing stuff. And then I'm sitting here like I'm looking at him. He ain't never saying this is a dog. He first round. He wasn't selling him. He would sell Shedeur. He would sell something. He would sell McKinney. The dogs that he should have sold. And I did a video about these dogs. Y'all can go back and check out my content. There's ones who really dogs he can connect with. Because dogs usually have a little mouth. Coach Prime got to realize what kind of dogs he want. Do he really want dogs? Because dogs usually, you got to deal with dogs a little different. You got to get them a little leash. Because they usually have a little more cocky like him. They usually be a little more mouthy. But they dogs. It seems like them kind of dogs who got that kind of confidence and questioning, he clashed. The little meat ones, them ain't dog, them cats, he like them. They do everything right. They say everything right. They yes sir. Ben, Charlie, he like them, but they not dogs. He got to realize what a dog is. Because a dog is a dog. A dog is nasty. He growl, he barks. The dog ain't perfect. Even if you train a dog, you got to give him some grace. Because a dog going to be a dog. It said, if Juju stays, then Jordan might. But if Juju leaves, that's another thing. Juju red shirt, I don't know how that's a good thing. Because you people red shirts so they can go somewhere else. They're using a red shirt to stay. He didn't need his red shirt to stay. Because I don't think he planned on doing more than 4 years. I think he want to do 3. Everybody want to do 3. I think quarterback should do 4. He don't need 5 years. So him redshirting is what? I don't know. That was weird. Juju would probably been better off playing from the beginning, getting through all his weird learning curve early against the Delawares and all that. And he's just a more prolific passer. Some of the passes Salter missed, them underthrown balls that he kept throwing yesterday, he kept getting knocked down and picked off. No, he don't have no touch. He throw line drives. Everything you grit your teeth every time you throw the ball. Because everything is that and that. He don't have no touch. Juju could have developed a lot better than that. But again, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that make me feel like Juju was going through some mental stuff. He was in a new place. He left early. It wasn't the typical environment that he was used to, where he was the man. And the way they was describing it, he was affecting him. So maybe that affected his play in his fall and spring. Because remember, it makes sense. It makes sense that Juju was like that because Juju came down to start. So it makes sense. And, I think bringing Salter in played with his mind. Yeah, he clashed with the dogs. And that's tip. Alphas usually clash with alphas. He got to know how to deal with dogs. He's the talker. He's the aggressor. And they talk like he do. So it's like probably take offense to that. He like those good, kind worded guys. I mean, Shiloh, he clashed with his own son. Shiloh a dog. He clashed with Shiloh. He don't deal with dogs well because he got to maintain a certain amount of control. And that's not how you deal with dogs. You got to let a dog be a dog within perimeter. But he likes to micromanage the dog. I'm not saying not be disciplined and crap like that. I'm talking about just the attitude of the dog. Usually, an alpha dog want the other dogs to submit, be a beta. And 2 alpha dogs don't get along because one is only one alpha. And I think these kind of guys, they didn't have room to be an alpha in that program. That's why you didn't like Hood. Hood was cocky with it. You can look at it. How he talked through the interview. He's like almost like a Jaden Ramsey. You really look at it. He seemed quiet. And you got Hill Green. That guy was in his 4th year. Maybe 5th. And he knew what he was doing. Get out of his way. But it's hard to that's what happened with Shedeur in the NFL, strangely enough. That's what happened with Shedeur. Why they say that they intimidated by Shedeur? Because he got his own mind. He got his own. He don't need them. Stefanski can't say he made him. Well, it's weird that Coach Prime is doing the same thing. I've been said that. Everybody got to watch that tendency, to be more control than you should. That's what Colorado got going on. It's predicted a mass exodus is coming. And it's going to be some surprises like always. It'd probably be more surprising than you would want. It can almost look like the first year, except you brought Shedeur and Travis with you. Because these kids got their career at stake. They cannot afford to be on a losing team and watching their homeboys, people they better than, go to the playoff every year. It's not going to happen. The way Colorado looking right now, as we speak, and the way the portal work now, and I could predict they was going to have a good season. I knew Travis Shedeur was coming back. The way it's looking right now, I don't see how they could build a playoff team. I don't think they got the coaching staff or the recruiting staff. That's proven to build it. I don't have the confidence that they can do that from scratch. They ain't did it. When I had confidence, it's because I knew what they had and I knew they were adding. And I told y'all, ain't a liar, ain't a sucker. I told y'all that they was gonna win, and I told y'all why. You got Shedeur, you got Travis, then they brought LeJounte, Wilshire. They brought pieces, Brock Bully, they brought Hill Green. I told them they had got that other linebacker that from Florida State, and they had Hill Green, or the other one from Tennessee, which I guess he played well. Sometimes we be thinking they good and they ain't. I said that was seal the conference. I said that before the season started. That's and it was close enough. They was that one linebacker, one player away. Matter of fact, when that boy Amos went to Ole Miss, I said, if you get Amos and Hill Green, or a combination of other linebackers, they going because they needed that big running back to move the ball, that help their running game. Because that boy they need a lot of blocking because he's just so big and strong. He's big. He's big as Hill Green playing running back. So that's how I gauged it. You can't gauge nothing just off fantasy. They don't have much right now. It's my Juju. You don't even know if he's staying. Jordan C, you don't really know if he's staying. You really can't say the way it feels. It feels like this thing about to tilt over. And if it tilt, it's never gonna be the same. Well, off ain't finna be sitting there looking at that mess because they're gonna know what's really going on. He definitely led them straight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, chainsaw. He playing at a lower level, but he's more of a linebacker. They built like a linebacker, and they you're not gonna run over them, and they understand the position better. I just need you to know the position. I don't need you to put dude back there like they put Trevor Woods back there. You just can't put anybody at linebacker. Your linebacker is really your quarterback or your defense. Yeah, your safety is quarterback in the secondary, but your linebacker is really the glue. Because your linebacker suck, your defense suck. Because your defense do their job, defensive line, and your linebacker don't finish it. It's gonna be a long day for them because they ain't gonna be perfect. Cause they got people pushing and pulling on them and holding them, and they just want to clog it enough for the linebacker to be able to fill the gap. Honestly, they holding these boys, tackling these boys on their knees. You can't depend on your defensive line to be the consistent part. Your linebacker has to be the consistent part, and that's what Hill Green provided last year. The consistency for the most part, he was the most consistent linebacker we don't see, and that's why the team was better. I don't know what he's gonna be able to do. I don't know what he's gonna do. I know it has a lot to do with recruiting. If you don't linebacker in there, you done. But with that, this season here was exactly what it's supposed to be. Inconsistent. Physically inconsistent. People hurt every week. Couldn't find a quarterback. Defense played hot, cold all game. They really keep you in the game hoping that offense will kick in. They finally just break down. Maybe because of how many plays on the field. Maybe because of depth. I don't know. Defense, hold. Every game the defense don't. I can't say as bad as the defense played, they played enough to win most of those games. It was the offense. It was the offense that couldn't score, and that brings you to Cleveland. Cleveland had the same issue. The defense was just knocking it down. They about to play in a few minutes. I'm about to let y'all go. But they needed somebody to score. Dylan Gabriel check down crap. Everybody said, okay, cool. We give you that. You're going to punt all day because we ain't finna give up no. We'll get all the underneath crap all day until it just weigh y'all down and our offense get too far ahead. And that ain't going to. Y'all ain't moving the ball down the field. The defense got to position y'all to score. Now they got Shedeur, who can threaten you with the deep ball. That opens up the offense. It makes the receivers want to play. And they feel like they're going to get the ball. Everybody got hope. And here we are. Shedeur's second start. First at home. About to start in the next few minutes. I hope y'all got y'all boxes and stuff because it's going to probably be on a local channel. I'm about to let y'all go. But when I come back, inspiration, motivation, maybe we'll talk more about it. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment because I'm about to go check this game because that's what it's going to boil down to. What Colorado didn't have was offense. Yesterday and all the other games, not scoring over 14 points, 17 points. That's how you lose. That's how Cleveland lose. If Shedeur can go and get as close to 30 or over 30, his team going to win most of the game. They can win out because the defense going to do their part. Shedeur got to go claim the thing, y'all. He write his own ticket today. Today is the day he write his ticket. He's claiming his position. He's claiming his spot today by going out there and beating the 49ers. He's going to put everybody on notice, and it's going to never be the same. So on one end, I feel like Colorado's never going to be the same. Of course, Shedeur Travis never going to be the same. But this thing is tilting towards that momentum and hype, and everybody want to go there. I think that has shifted from Colorado. I think it ain't the place to go no more because it's like the veil has been lifted. The coaching not that great. They're not winning. It's scary. Cleveland, on the other hand, has got a chance to reverse the curse, and their defense is good. They got a quarterback. They can go in the draft the right way and get what they need, and they can be somebody to reckon with in the next few years with a quarterback who on a rookie contract you ain't barely paying. And they can ride this thing how they rolled up in Seattle when they had Russell Wilson up there. They can ride Shedeur to the finish line, to the goal. Let's see. I'm just Greg said. I'm going to go check out this game. I'll be talking with y'all soon. Y'all have a good one.